Sri AndAl is to the world what a light is in times of darkness. She guides us through the spiritual practice of pAvai nOmbu, which empowers, awakens, and celebrates divine feminine consciousness. Not to say that others cannot practice this. Of course, she does not discriminate between biological sexes, but says the divine feminine consciousness, once invoked and awakened, is so powerful it can make anything possible and therefore focuses on that. And so this begins in the month of Margazhi, which itself is very special because PerumAl Sriman Narayana, Mahavishnu as we know him, himself has said that if I were to be a month, I would be the DhanurMasa or Margazhi Masa, which is therefore so special to those who are his devotees or those who associate or connect with him. So it begins in the month of Margazhi, and Sri AndAl has a vision or a spiritual experience of realization on the day of the full moon. Now here the full moon is both metaphorical and literal. The moon itself is the full moon in the phase of the moon's existence. But as the moon is full, so is her mind. Her mind has achieved that sense of completion and purnatva and is reflecting the divine energy like the moon reflects the light from the sun. So her mind is illuminated with knowledge, with realization. And she says, in the month of Margazhi, on the day of the beautiful full moon, let us begin this spiritual practice of cleansing ourselves. Now the cleansing begins with an early morning bath, ritualistically speaking, but figuratively it is cleansing ourselves of our attachments. Let us focus more on the inner growth and the inner seeking towards the light and less on the external beautification. The reason you must realize this and begin this practice is because at some point in the cycle of time, each of us has existed in the presence of the divine Sri Krishna, who is the greatest incarnation thus far of Srimad Narayana PerumAl. So if we have existed in his presence, in his physical presence, then we, by that mere association, are also divine. So let us awaken that divinity in us, she says, for we are also worthy and capable of doing so. The concept of association can be drawn from the primordial examples of Nandagopan and Yashoda, who we know to be the adoptive parents of Sri Krishna. But to them, they were blissfully unaware of this nature of their relationship. To them, he was their son. To them, he was also like the sun, the center of their universe. Nandagopa, who is a compassionate, soft human being, would turn valorous and violent even when it came to protecting Krishna. Yashoda was like a blossoming lotus of realization and enlightenment. She saw things in perspective of the divine cosmic mother herself. And so she says this concept of associative divinity is indeed true. If Nandagopa and Yashoda could associate as parents to Krishna and therefore become divine to us, we too can associate with Krishna and simply by that association become divine ourselves. He who is dark as space. Yes, we do know Krishna. The word Krishna itself means dark or dark-hued, which can be a comment on one's physical appearance. But also, let us tap into the wonderful philosophy of Srimad Narayana, Mahavishnu, is the reality of space. He represents space to us, but in reality, he is space. So all of outer space, all the elements of outer space, which by the way includes us, the darkness of it, the vacuum of it, the silence of it, the energy of it, the ability to sustain that it has, and the glimmering stars. This is perhaps where our great rishis and munis and purvacharyas had the vision of the Parkadalil Pallikonda Perumal, which is the divine Lord resting upon an ocean of milk. This can also metaphorically, of course, represent our good thoughts and good energies upon which the divine himself rests and exists within us. And it can also be a reflection of the macrocosm in the microcosm that is our brain. So in the darkness of our skull, in those silences and in those moments of neurons firing, and in every moment of activity, inactivity, and the in-betweens, the energy of Srimad Narayana, who Narayana by nature means, by definition means, he who passes through, that is where he exists. So Karmeni, Chenkan, when our soul blossoms as a lotus in awakening, let that lotus, let that awakening be the awakened eyes of the Divine Lord. Kadir Madiyan Pol Mugattan. Even 1,000 suns and moons cannot compare to the tejas, to the glow of his countenance. And such a Narayana will empower us with the pAvai, which is a drum, literally, but means the drum to awaken ourselves, or the tool to awaken ourselves, the weapon to awaken ourselves and everyone around us. As the primordial philosophy of Sri Vaishnavism is to not only travel alone, but to travel in satsanga towards divine consciousness. And so let us begin this by singing the praise of the Lord and awakening the divine feminine consciousness in the holy month of Margazhi on day 1.
ஜகத்துதித்த வாழியே திருப்பாவை 30 செப்பினார் வாழியே திருப்பாவை 30 செப்பினார் வாழியே பெரியாழ்வார் பெற்றெடுத்த பெண் பிள்ளாய் வாழியே பெண் பிள்ளாய் வாழியே பெரும்பூதும் மாமுனிக்கு பின்னாள் வாழியே பெரும்பூதூர் மாமுனிக்கு பின்னாள் வாழியே ஒரு 143 ஒரு 143 உரைத்தாள் வாழியே உயர் அரங்கற்கே கல்வி உகந்தளித்தாள் வாழியே மறுவாரும் திருமல்லி வளநாடு வளநாடு வாழியே வல்புதுவை நகர்கோதை மலர்பதங்கள் வாழியே வல்புதுவை நகர்கோதை மலர்பதங்கள் வாழியே வாழியே